Narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, Allah's Messenger, said, "If a person embraces Islam sincerely, then Allah shall forgive all his past sins, and after that starts the settlement of accounts. The reward of his good deeds will be 10 times to 700 times for each good deed, and one evil deed will be recorded as it is unless Allah forgives it." Narrated Abu Huraira, Allah's Messenger, said, "If any one of you improve, follows strictly his Islamic religion, then his good deeds will be rewarded 10 times to 700 times for each good deed, and a bad deed will be recorded as it is." Narrated Aisha, once the Prophet came while a woman was sitting with me. He said, "Who's she?" I reply, "She is so, and told him about her excessive praying. He said disapprovingly, "Do good deeds which is within your capacity, without being overtaxed, as Allah does not get tired of giving rewards. But surely you will get tired, and the best deed act of worship in the sight of Allah is that which is done regularly." Narrated Anas, the Prophet said, "Whoever said, 'None has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and has in his heart good faith equal to the weight of a barley, grain will be taken out of hell,' and whoever said, 'None has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and has in his heart good faith equal to the weight of a wheat, grain will be taken out of hell,' and whoever said, 'None has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and has in his heart good faith equal to the weight of an atom, will be taken out of hell." Narrated Umar bin al-Khattab, once a Jew said to me, "O the chief of believers, there is a verse in your holy book which is read by all of you Muslims, and had it been revealed to us, we would have taken the day on which it was revealed as a day of celebration." Umar bin al-Khattab asked, "Which is that verse?" The Jew replied, "This day I have perfected your religion for you, completed my favor upon you, and have chosen for you Islam as your religion." 5-3 Umar replied, "No doubt. We know when and where this verse was revealed to the Prophet. It was Friday, and the Prophet was standing at Arafat, i.e. the day of Hajj." Narrated Talha bin Ubaidullah, a man from Najd with unkempt hair, came to Allah's Messenger, and we heard his loud voice but could not understand what he was saying, till he came near, and then we came to know that he was asking about Islam. Allah's Messenger said, "You have to offer prayers perfectly 5 times in a day and night, 24 hours. The man asked, "Is there any more praying?" Allah's Messenger replied, "No, but if you want to offer the Nawafil prayers, you can." Allah's Messenger further said to him, "You have to observe fasts during the month of Ramadan." The man asked, "Is there any more fasting?" Allah's Messenger replied, "No, but if you want to observe the Nawafil fast, you can." Then Allah's Messenger further said to him, "You have to pay the zakat, obligatory charity." The man asked, "Is there anything other than the zakat for me to pay?" Allah's Messenger replied, "No, unless you want to give alms of your own." And then that man retreated, saying, "By Allah, I will neither do less nor more than this." Allah's Messenger said, "If what he said is true, then he will be successful, i.e. he will be granted paradise." Narrated Abu Huraira, Allah's Messenger said, "A believer who accompanies the funeral procession of a Muslim out of sincere faith and hoping to attain Allah's reward, and remains with it till the funeral prayer is offered, and the burial ceremonies are over, he will return with a reward of 2 carats. Each karat is like the size of the Mount Ohad. He who offers the funeral prayer only and returns before the burial will return with the reward of 1 karat only. Narrated Abdullah, the Prophet said, abusing a Muslim is fusuk and evil-doing, and killing him is kufr, disbelief. Narrated Ubadah bin as-Samit, Allah's messenger went out to inform the people about the date of the night of decree al-Qadr, but there happened a quarrel between 2 Muslim men. The Prophet said, I came out to inform you about the date of the night of al-Qadr, but as so and so quarreled. Its knowledge was taken away, I forgot it, and maybe it was better for Yanol. Look for it in the 7th, the 9th, and the 5th of the last 10 nights of the month of Ramadan. Narrated Abu Huraira. One day, while the Prophet was sitting in the company of some people, the angel Gabriel came and asked, What is faith? Allah's messenger replied, Faith is to believe in Allah, His angels, the meeting with Him, His apostles, and to believe in resurrection. Then he further asked, What is Islam? Allah's messenger replied, to worship Allah alone and none else, to offer prayers perfectly, to pay the compulsory charity zakat, and to observe fasts during the month of Ramadan. Then he further asked, What is this in perfection? Allah's messenger replied, to worship Allah as if you see Him, and if you cannot achieve this state of devotion, then you must consider that He is looking at you. Then he further asked, When will the hour be established? Entered text. Allah's messenger replied, The answerer has no better knowledge than the questioner, but I will inform you about its portents. 1. When a slave lady gives birth to her master. 2. When the shepherds of black camels start boasting and competing with others in the construction of higher buildings. And the hour is one of 5 things which nobody knows except Allah. The Prophet then recited, Verily, with Allah alone is the knowledge of the hour. 31. 34. Then that man Gabriel left, and the Prophet asked his companions to call him back, but they could not see him. Then the Prophet said, That was Gabriel who came to teach the people their religion. Abu Abdullah said, He, the Prophet, considered all that is a part of faith. Narrated Abdullah bin Abbas, I was informed by Abu Sufyan that Heraclius said to him, I asked you whether the followers of Muhammad were increasing or decreasing. You replied that they were increasing. And in fact, this is the way of true faith till it is complete in all respects. I further asked you whether there was anybody who, after embracing the Prophet's religion, Islam, became displeased and discarded it. You replied in the negative. And in fact, this is a sign of true faith, when its delight enters the heart and mixes with them completely. Nobody can be displeased with it. Narrated An-Nu'man bin Bashir, I heard Allah's messenger saying, Both legal and illegal things are evident, but in between them there are doubtful, suspicious things, and most of the people have no knowledge about them. So whoever saves himself from these suspicious things saves his religion and his honor, and whoever indulges in these suspicious things is like a shepherd who grazes his animals near the hema, private pasture of someone else, and at any moment he is liable to get in it. O people, beware. Every king has a hema, and the hema of Allah on the earth this is illegal, forbidden things. To where there is a piece of flesh in the body, if it becomes good, reformed, the whole body becomes good. But if it gets spoiled, the whole body gets spoiled, and that is the heart. Narrated Abu Jamra. I used to sit with Ibn Abbas, and he made me sit on his sitting place. He requested me to stay with him in order that he might give me a share from his property. So I stayed with him for 2 months. Once he told me that when the delegation of the tribe of Abdul Qais came to the Prophet asked them, "Who are the people, i.e. you, or who are the delegate?" They replied, "We are from the tribe of Rabia." Then the Prophet said to them, "Welcome, O people, or O delegation of Abdul Qais. Neither will you have disgrace nor will you regret." They said, "O Allah's Messenger, we cannot come to you except in the sacred month, and there is the infidel tribe of Mudar intervening between you and us. So please order us to do something, good religious deed, so that we may inform our people whom we have left behind at home, and that we may enter paradise by acting on them." Then they asked about drinks, what is legal and what is illegal. The Prophet ordered them to do 4 things and forbade them from 4 things. He ordered them to believe in Allah alone and asked them, "Do you know what is meant by believing in Allah alone?" They replied, "Allah and His Apostle know better." Thereupon the Prophet said, "It means 1. To testify that none has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and Muhammad is Allah's messenger. 2. To offer prayers perfectly. 3. To pay the zakat, obligatory charity. 4. To observe fast during the month of Ramadan. 5. And to pay al-Khumus, 1/5 of the booty, to be given in Allah's cause." Then he forbade them 4 things, namely Hatam, Daba, Nakir, and Muzafat or Mukayyir. These were the names of pots in which alcoholic drinks were prepared. The Prophet mentioned the container of wine, and he meant the wine itself. The Prophet further said to them, "Memorize them these instructions and convey them to the people whom you have left behind." Narrated Umar bin al-Khattab. Allah's Messenger said, "The reward of deeds depends upon the intention, and every person will get the reward according to what he has intended. So whoever emigrated for Allah and His Apostle, then his emigration was for Allah and His Apostle, and whoever emigrated for worldly benefits or for a woman to marry, his emigration was for what he emigrated for." Narrated Abu Mas'ud. The Prophet said, "If a man spends on his family with the intention of having a reward from Allah sincerely, for Allah's sake, then it is a kind of almsgiving and reward for him." Narrated Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas. Allah's Messenger said, "You will be rewarded for whatever you spend for Allah's sake, even if it were a morsel which you put in your wife's mouth." Narrated Jarir bin Abdullah. I gave the pledge of allegiance to Allah's Messenger for the following: 1. Offer prayers perfectly. 2. Pay the zakat, obligatory charity. 3. And be sincere and true to every Muslim. Narrated Ziyad bin Alaka. I heard Jarir bin Abdullah praising Allah on the day and Al-Mughira bin Shuba died. Jarir got up on the pulpit and thanked and praised Allah and said, "Be afraid of Allah alone, who is none along with Him to be worshipped. You should be calm and quiet till the chief comes to you, and he will come to you soon, ask Allah's forgiveness for your late chief, because he himself loved to forgive you. Those Jarir added, Amma Badu Nauthan, I went to the Prophet and said, I give my pledge of allegiance to you for Islam. The Prophet conditioned my pledge for me to be sincere and true to every Muslim, so I gave my pledge to him for this, by the Lord of this mosque. I am sincere and true to you, Muslims. Then Jarir asked for Allah's forgiveness and came down from the pulpit.